By now, you've probably started to make one or multiple changes in your nutrition, lifestyle, sleep, or some other area. And if you haven't taken action yet, you're definitely planning and mapping out the changes you want to make. But you also might be wondering, how am I going to stay consistent with this? Where is the sustainability? Especially if it takes months in order for you to see results on a sperm analysis, for example, you want to make sure the consistency is there. That is one of the most important parts when it comes to making change and actually getting where you want to be. So from this point onwards, I want you to think of all of the changes that you're trying to make and everything I talk about in all of these videos through two main reframes. Number one, the 80-20 rule, and number two, that you are not going for perfection. Let's talk about the 80-20 rule first. 80% of the time, you are eating at regular meal intervals. You are doing your best to build a good balanced plate. You're trying to get your workouts. You're getting on a walk every day. You're getting to sleep on time, or at least getting your 7 to 8 hours. 20% of the time, you're not hitting your 7 to 8 hours. You might be skipping a meal here and there. You might have coffee for breakfast every now and then. That's okay. We all do it. Nobody is perfect. It is my literal job to teach and embody this work, and even I'm not perfect. I skip things or I miss things, and I don't let myself feel bad about it because you're a human being. You're not a robot. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to miss your workout. You're going to eat out. You're going to eat a bunch of dessert. You're going to fly off the handle every now and then, and you're going to come back to yourself. So please hear me when I say it is not about being perfect, and it is not about getting things right 100% of the time. If you strive for perfection and you beat yourself up every time you fall short, you're going to be beating yourself up a lot because change is difficult, routine is difficult, and staying consistent with things is difficult. Give yourself some space, especially as you're starting. You might not jump from doing no workouts to working out 3 times a week. You might want to start with 1, move your way up to 2, then go to 3. If you're going to bed at 2 a.m., you probably can't fall asleep at 10 p.m. tonight, and that's okay. You start a little bit earlier and a little earlier and earlier until you're where you want to be. So be sure that when you're making your plan of all the things you want to change, all the things that are going to help support your fertility, that you are being patient with yourself, you're taking small steps, and you're setting yourself up for success. If you try to jump right to everything all the time, you're not going to stay consistent with anything, especially if you have a lot of things you plan to change. Instead of doing them all at once, pick 1 to 3 at a time, master those, make them part of your routine. And then when you're feeling good, like they have a place in your day to day, you can keep adding. That is really the only way that you're going to see and stick with your change over time. If you want to use a habit tracker, I've linked a blank template below that a lot of people find helpful when it comes to making change and sticking with it. You put a little check mark on every day that you were successful with the habit you're trying to change or the thing you want to track. And then it's good you see it, you can put it on your fridge or somewhere where you see it every day, and then you can be proud of yourself at the end of each month. You can look at all the change you've made, all of your progress, and know that you're taking the steps necessary to support your fertility long term. So remember, nobody is perfect. Just aim to be consistent with the changes you're making about 80% of the time. You're getting to bed on time, you're eating your regular meals, drinking your water, doing your workouts, and then 20% of the time you're allowing for that flexibility. You'll not only get your results faster, but you'll also have way more fun doing it, which makes things way more sustainable for the long term.